Hey guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some of my useful bullet journal spreads. So a few months ago I had a poll on my Instagram with some different video ideas, and this one seemed to have a decent amount of support, and my previous bullet journal videos have done very well. So I hope you like this one, and let's get started. The first spread is the one that I use every single week, and it is my weekly spread. So I will have close-ups of what the spreads look like. So this is a horizontal layout separating my events and tasks. This is great because in the events I can write things that are important: due dates, tests, club meetings, any appointments I have after school, just any sort of event I can write it there, and it's very prominent so that way I can really easily see it. And then task would be simple things that I need to do around the house or homework assignments, and then I just draw a little box and color it in when it's done. And I like to do this every single night before I go to bed. I making sure that I've done everything I need to do for that day and visually see what I have coming up the next day, so I can making sure I have things prepared. This has worked very well for me, and I find it very relaxing to do before I go to bed because it just sort of calms any nerves or stress I might have about not having something complete. So next I'm going to go over some spreads that I do every single month, and if you've watched my September plan with me, then you probably have seen some iteration of this. So I always do a cover page with the symbol of the theme I'm going with. So for example, in August I did a pineapple because I was doing a pineapple theme. And when I say theme, I just sort of mean the colors. I'm not that good at drawing, so I don't doodle in the margins. Hopefully in my next bullet journal I can be motivated enough to do that, but just starting off I don't. Then I do a mood tracker, generally with the same shape or theme going on. So in August I just did a pineapple but divided it into sadly not the correct number of days. There were 31 days in August and I only drew 30 sections, but I could have easily fixed that if I had wanted to. Next is a habit tracker, and I've been using the same layout since I started my bullet journal, and I really like the habit tracker. It's the same every month. I just switch up the colors and maybe add or take away something that I'm tracking and put the goals. And at the end of each month I tally up how many days I met my goal, and if I met it I'll do a little firework or doodle around it. Most of the time I don't, so it's not a problem. The other monthly spread that I use a lot is my monthly events, and it's very easy to set up. You just write monthly events at the top, and then throughout the month you write the events in chronological order as they come up. And if you wanted to create little boxes to mark them as done, you could, but I generally don't. I just sort of do this to have an overview for the month. Alright, so some of these coming up you might have seen in my bullet journal flip through, but I'm going to show them again just in case you haven't seen it. So first is my grid spacing cheat sheet, and this is really helpful when I'm coming up with new spreads. That way you don't have to count every single time, you just have it divided horizontally and vertically with the numbers and parentheses, so that way you just know every single time. I'm thinking my next bullet journal I might make a weekly spread cheat sheet because I use that one a lot. Now I just have it memorized, but when you're first getting started you might want it. Next is going to be my monthly views, I guess. So really important events, really important. We're not just talking a club meeting or something. We're talking an overnight stay or a big weekend or something. I'll write it on here, and again I just color it in, and this gives me an idea of things that I cannot miss, sort of thing. Alright, so now I'm going to show you a few fun spreads. So the first one is a book spread, so anytime I read a book I write it down, and when I finish it I color it in, so that way I can look back and be oh, look at all the books I read this year. Not many so far. Then I do the same thing with movies. Every time I see a movie I write it down and color it in, and I can look back and see what movies I watched. Travel, anytime I go somewhere cool day trip, overnight, doesn't matter. I write it down. I have a travel bucket list, so these are all the places that I want to go, and I didn't write down places I've already been to. These are just places I haven't been to that I want to go to, and of course when I go to them I will mark them off. And the final cool one is I have a 50 states plus this is like not states column, so this way anytime I travel to a state I can color it in. And then I have DC and Canada, which I know obviously are not states, but I've still been there, so I put them down here. This is like, I don't know, places I've been almost, kind of. Alright, as I was filming the little close-ups to overlay on me talking, I found 2 more spreads that I forgot to mention while I was talking, and I wanted to include them. So the first is a TV show spread, which is very similar to the books and movies spread. And the second one is a gratitude spread, which I did in June, and this actually I think increased my mood in June. So every day I would just write down something I was thankful for. Some days there would be like a lot and it was really hard to pick, and some days it was a little harder, but I could still manage to find something for. And I plan to do this again another month in the year. I just haven't yet, and I definitely recommend you try these. Alright, so if you're a YouTuber like me, I have a few more useful spreads for you. So first is my YouTube video ideas spread. Don't worry, all of these I have done or am not going to do. This I find really helpful to just sort of put any ideas that I think would be cool or know that I want to do down so I don't forget them. And if there's ever a period where I'm like, I don't know what videos I want to make this week, I can come to this and see if there's any that I want to do, or I might draw an additional idea off of one that I already had, and I've just found this to be super, super helpful. So the next one is a sticky note video plan. So this spread I've stopped doing because I find it redundant, but I would just write my ideas on a sticky note and place them when in that month I thought I wanted to upload them. And the reason I don't do this now is on my whiteboard I write out my videos that I have for the upcoming week and the current week. And then I also have the notebook where I track which videos do well and which ones don't, or have it written down. So just a third place seems like too much for me. These are all the useful bullet journal spread ideas that I have for you. If you guys are interested in a more in-depth YouTube planning thing, I have one up on my channel. You need to go back and watch it and see how up to date it is. If you want an updated version, let me know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe and have the bell turned on so that way you can be part of the hashtag M&M Squad. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!